Welcome to this explainer. Okay, brand new fourth grade teachers, I see you. If you're stepping into a fourth grade classroom for the very first time, you are probably feeling a little, overwhelmed by the writing expectations. I totally get it. Fourth grade is a massive leap. We're moving from basic paragraphs all the way to multi-source expository essays. It's a whole new world for these kids. But don't worry, because today we are equipping you with a highly structured, foolproof toolkit for teaching expository writing. Think of this as your ultimate survival guide and masterclass, all rolled into one.
So here's what we're going to cover today. We'll start with the core writing formula, look at differentiating with 3 tiers, dive into organizing the essay structure, explore integrating multi-source evidence, and finish up with assessing using clear rubrics. Let's just dive right in.
First up, the core writing formula.
Now, you might be wondering how to make abstract writing concepts concrete for 9-year-olds. Well, look at this. It's a visual map. By using these annotated, color-coded formula labels in your mentor essays, you're giving students a predictable, repeating structure. Red bookends the essay, so that's your introduction and conclusion. Coral builds the core body paragraphs. Green challenges your advanced writers with things like counter-arguments. And gray acts as the supporting tissue, your hook and background info. When students can actually visualize the essay as a color-coded formula, that terrifying blank page suddenly isn't so scary anymore.
Let's zoom in on the heart of the essay, the choral body paragraph. It is absolutely crucial to explicitly teach this sequence. A fourth grade body paragraph needs 4 distinct parts: a topic sentence to introduce the focus, evidence complete with a citation, elaboration explaining that evidence, and a wrap-up closing sentence. And listen, here is where students literally always get stuck: the elaboration. You've got to ensure they understand that evidence just cannot stand alone. It has to be followed by elaboration, explaining what the evidence actually means. A great pro tip: teach them to use phrases like "this shows that" to force that elaboration out onto the page.
Moving right along to section 2, differentiating with 3 tiers.
We all know not every fourth grader builds an essay at the exact same level, right? But they do all need to master the exact same standards. The magic here is assigning tiered mentor essays and templates. The overall structure and the sources stay completely identical across the room, but the complexity of the vocabulary, the sentence framing, and the argumentation, that increases with each level: intervention, on-level, and enrichment. This is a real game changer because you can teach one mini lesson to the whole class, but students actually practice right in their own zone of proximal development.
Notice the huge contrast here. The intervention template provides partial frames and key blanks. It literally says, "one reason blank is blank." This builds immense confidence for your struggling writers because they know exactly what goes where. But the enrichment tier, it completely removes those training wheels. It just provides open lines to encourage natural synthesis and advanced independent organization. You are giving the absolute perfect amount of support to every single child.
All right, section 3, organizing the essay structure.
You can't just hand them an organizer and say, "Okay, go write." You have to model this sequence chronologically. You'll start at step 1, grabbing the reader's attention with a hook and background context. Then move into step 2, stating the thesis or controlling idea. Step 3 is building out those body paragraphs with that critical evidence and elaboration we talked about. And finally, step 4, summarizing and leaving the reader with a memorable closing thought. Structuring the planning phase like this is exactly how we prevent those chaotic, rambling essays.
Next up, section 4, integrating multi-source evidence. Fourth grade standards require pulling facts from multiple texts. So for this training, we're using the mentor topic, "Should zoos exist?" Here we have 3 distinct sources. Source 1, by Maya Okonkwo, makes the case for zoos. Source 2, by Daniel Reyes, argues against captivity. And Source 3, by Priya Nair, presents totally neutral research findings. Your students will practice reading across these 3 texts impartially. They need to gather relevant facts from all sides before they even think about drafting their expository pieces. As you're modeling the writing process, you can use rich text snippets directly from the sources. Take a look at this wonderful quote from the Maya Okonkwo text. You can show your students exactly how to pull engaging background info like this to hook their reader right from the introduction. It shows them that the source text isn't just a place to mine for body paragraph facts, it's literally inspiration for their entire essay. And check this out. These templates have built-in speed bumps. Notice the citation reminder right there? This reinforces a major fourth grader expectation: avoiding plagiarism. By explicitly teaching kids to use the citation reminders built right into their templates, you're training them to introduce their facts with "according to" or "in the text by." This ensures they are actually synthesizing information, not just blindly copying and pasting.
Finally, Section 5. Assessing with clear rubrics.
The rubric we use here is broken down into highly specific elements to completely remove the guesswork for you. Starting with the organization category, this requires you to look really closely at transitions, the overall progression of ideas, and whether there are any of those pesky off-topic sentences disrupting the flow.
When you're grading, you aren't just pulling a number out of thin air. You can clearly distinguish scores based on specific descriptors. For instance, a score of 4, which means exceeding expectations, shows that ideas flow logically with effective varied transitions. Compare that to a score of 2, which is just approaching expectations. Here, some structure is present, sure, but transitions are limited or repetitive, and ideas kind of jump around the page.
This exact same clarity applies to the conclusion too. An exceed score of 4 requires the thesis to be restated in fresh, new wording, summarizing main reasons, and ending with a forward-looking thought. But a beginning score of 1, that means the conclusion is missing entirely, or the student literally just repeated their introduction word for word with zero meaningful summary. Having this level of clarity helps you give incredibly precise, actionable feedback. After you score all the categories from introductions to conventions, the points are tallied up. The final 24-point scale translates easily into performance bands. A score of 20 to 24 means they are exceeding grade-level expectations. On the flip side, a score of 1 to 8 flags a struggling writer who needs heavy intervention. It's a clean, fair, and totally data-driven way to track growth over the school year.
So as you plan your upcoming daily workshop, I want you to ask yourself, which tiered template will you introduce to your students first to build their expository writing confidence? Remember, providing the exact right amount of scaffolding doesn't just improve a piece of writing, it completely transforms a nervous student into a confident, capable author. You've got the blueprint. Now, it's time to go build. Thanks so much for joining this explainer.